Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Tough Tony here, and this is my review of last WWE's pay-per-view last night, Over the Limit. It's funny because this morning I was looking up a couple videos of other people posted Over the Limit. Didn't really find many, probably only found like one or two. But it's funny because I seen my old Over the Limit review from last year. Didn't look at it, I even forgot what the hell went on at that one. But this one, I would say, first off, the pre-match was Zack Ryder and Kane. I have no idea what the hell happened in that one because I wasn't interested at all. We had an over-the-top rope battle royal. I had no idea how many people was in it, but the winner would get either a shot at the Intercontinental or the U.S. title. Christian wound up winning. So, sorry I'm a little stuffy this morning. Christian ended up winning, and he was talking about how he was going to go up against Santino. Of course this wasn't going to happen because, hey, it's a face versus face. WWE don't do those. So, alright, we kicked off the match for real. We kicked off the night for real in the University of North Carolina with the Tag Team Championship match. Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger versus Kofi Kingston and R-Truth, who went from face to heel and back to face within a year. So, this, I was thinking maybe, you know, since, you know, when Airborne was tag champs, every match was Dolph Ziggler and Swagger versus Airboom. My mistake, Airboom. And none of those matches really, you know, tickled my fancy. Not to mention, you know, then you had these no-name tag team guys. What garbage can did they find Primo under to give him a tag team title? And, you know, but I was just happy that they actually showcased the tag team titles on a pay-per-view, or even at all for that matter. I mean, like, the casual fan wouldn't even believe. They probably know that tag team titles existed, but a casual fan would probably never know that, hey, they unified both of them at one point and they changed the championship design as it looks today. The casual fan really wouldn't know. This match was actually a whole hell of a lot better than most matches involving, you know, tag team matches involving Swagger and Ziggler. It's funny how those two guys have been tag teaming for the longest time, and yet it's like, I'm not gonna say they don't have chemistry, but it's like, why? Why the hell are they even together anyway? Then it goes to say that how Dolph Ziggler always seems to get opportunities at championships all the time. Like, he's probably gets more airtime than most people. This match, you know, R-Truth was being beaten for the majority of this match, and Kofi Kingston came in and, you know, just took out everybody and ended up winning with a SOS while Dolph Ziggler was running at him. So the match was average. Not terrible, not good either, but it was average. Next up, we had the Divas title match, which is showcased more than any other title in the WWE outside the world titles. Yeah, Beth Phoenix versus Layla, which is funny because, you know, when Layla won the title last month at Extreme Rules, you figured that they was probably, because, you know, the twins did the whole switcheroo thing. I thought they was going to renege the title and say, hey, it wasn't her that you pinned, but hey, I guess I was wrong. Layla looked like crap in this match, and Beth Phoenix wound up winning with her normal stuff. I didn't really watch that much, so I really am just going to talk about the stuff that I really took an interest in. Next up, you had the Fatal 4-Way match for the World Heavyweight title with Randy Orton, Chris Jericho, Alberto Del Rio, and the defending champion Sheamus. This match was very good. I mean, it's WWE needs to do this for all their championships. Like, the Intercontinental title should no way, in shape or form, be defended in anything less than a triple threat match. Same thing for the U.S. title. Sheamus got taken out early in the match, so for the majority of the match, Sheamus was non-existent. Jericho and Alberto worked on Orton for a little bit. Then, of course, they all done their usual spots, you know, RKO here, or even, you know, botched backbreaker and botched backbreaker. You know how Randy Orton does. And you have numerous code breaker after code breaker after code breaker into those horrible cross arm breakers to some broke kicks. Sheamus looked good, and like Sheamus, like I said, he's like Daniel Bryan. He's starting to reach a stride. They're starting to take these two guys seriously. Sheamus, far from being, you know, a face of the company, which, you know, all these guys really should be. I mean, not as much Alberto Del Rio, but, you know, Sheamus should be getting to that point. Hopefully WWE does something with him. But it was a pretty good match. He ended up pinning Jericho with the white noise, which is a Celtic cross, which they call it the Celtic cross, his cross power bomb. You know, they changed Sheamus's finishing move, the names of his finishing moves so damn much, you know. So it was awesome. I wouldn't say awesome. It was a pretty good match. It's all which should have been expected of a typical fatal four-way match. Next up, another throwaway: Brutus Clay versus The Miz. The highlight of this was The Miz breaking out into a Thriller routine. Brutus Clay and the Funkasaurus, I could give a damn less about him and the Funkasaurus. I think it's just another gimmick that's been overly used, overly done. Brutus Clay should be a heel destroying people, but I guess since 95% of WWE's overall population is heels, I'm guessing they can't add one more. But my only gripe with Brutus Clay is that he's beating guys who are WWE champions or guys who will be future WWE champions. So it's like, if you're going to do all this for Brutus Clay, you might as well give him, you know, some sort of championship prospect. But this was a throwaway, so I'm not even going to talk much about it. Brutus Clay won, by the way. Damn, I don't think, man, The Miz has been losing a lot lately. I don't know about this, guys. Next up, we had Christian and Cody Rhodes for the Intercontinental title. The Intercontinental title on the line 3 times at 3 separate pay-per-views. Damn. Guessing WWE trying to bring that prestigiousness back to the Intercontinental title. Because, of course, when Christian's champ is going to be defending like every other week. And it probably gets screwed out of it. I don't know how this match ended. All I know is Christian won, probably with a kill switch, more than likely. But I was in the kitchen making food because I was starving. So I heard, but I was frying something. So, you know, the sizzle of my sauteing, you know, drowned out my stream on my computer. So all I know is Christian won. I seen bits and pieces of the match, but I really didn't care that much for this match. It was alright. But, you know, Cody Rhodes is another guy who should be, you know, being made into a new face of the company. He should have been, him and Teddy DiBiase, sure he's been Intercontinental Champion, but Cody Rhodes should be off doing better things. Next up, we have the match that pretty much did it all for it. The Daniel Bryan CM Punk match for the WWE title. This right here is probably the best WWE title match you've had since CM Punk versus John Cena. As I was saying, I had mixed emotions about this. I said, if WWE lets these two guys work, it wouldn't be considered probably a match of the year candidate. It probably would be, but it'll probably be a match that would so far be a match of the year. I don't know what's going to happen in the rest of the year because the WWE title is probably going to be in so much disarray. Because who knows if Brock comes back? Who knows if The Rock's going to get the title? So we know around the summertime, the WWE title is going to be met with a huge clusterfuck of giving people championships that really shouldn't be walking around with championships or limited contracting. So, you know, it's all WWE title is going to turn to shit before the year is up. Trust me, guaranteed. They let them work very well. This match, and you figure how Ring of Honor's been popping out Bryan Danielson and CM Punk DVDs mass producing. This match was awesome. It was a match that anyone who ever followed any of their two careers, from relatively no names in an independent promotion to main eventing in the WWE. You know, it's like a Benoit Guerrero thing. Like, I could imagine that type of... Imagine Benoit and Guerrero in their prime versus CM Punk and Daniel Bryan in a tag team match. Damn. Words can't even describe how awesome that would be. But it lived up to expectations of some, probably not to all. The finisher is kind of choppy, but this would just lead to a rivalry down the road of awesome match after awesome match. Hopefully Daniel Bryan gets a run. I'm hoping. If anyone's going to take the belt off of Punk, I hope it'd be Daniel Bryan. These two guys, and the thing about this match is that all through the match, Michael Cole, you know, being it, sometimes he says the right things. He was talking about how these two guys believe that they should be the faces of the company. They believe they should be the flagship of the company. Much them and about 50 million other people, by the way, should be thinking that, yeah, these two should be the guys that's carrying the company, which they really should be. These guys, I mean, the whole Orton Cena thing is played out to the fullest. So, I mean, this really should be, like I said before, there's a difference between being pushed and being made. You know, these two guys should be made. These two guys should be the replacements for Orton and Cena. This should be the guys who are synonymous with the WWE at this day and age. It should be those two, Sheamus, and maybe a couple others. But those should be the guys that are the faces of the company. That match, yeah, words can't even describe. Then we have a match that shouldn't even be on a pay-per-view. Ryback versus Camacho. I have no idea who the fuck this guy is. Lord knows, I don't even watch that much WWE program. I see it through, you know, Bleacher Reports or something. I just watch, you know, the aftermath of the shows. Because I really don't got time for that shit. Same shit, different day. Squash matches shouldn't be on a pay-per-view, period. Ever. And that's where I get with this one. I don't have anything to say. Then you have John Laurinaitis versus John Cena. The only thing I can say about that, when Big Show came out, everybody should have seen the turn. Everyone should have seen the double cross. Because, you know, he was going to knock out John Cena. I knew as soon as Big Show got into the ring, he was going to double cross John Cena. So that's just going to lead into more useless things they get John Cena to do during a you know, while he's not competing for the WWE title. Not important. So this is probably good, yeah, like I said, is lead to more fucking crappy ass matches involving John Cena. I have mixed emotions on how to rate this, because the only matches that were really worthwhile were the world title match and the WWE title match. The general consensus was 7.5. I'm going to give it a 7. It's average. You know, the two matches, if they didn't put in so many useless matches, maybe I would have given it a higher rating, but I would give it a 7. And I guess I'll see y'all at No Way Out. I think that's their next pay-per-view. Oh yeah, another thing. I don't review TNA pay-per-views anymore, if anyone was wondering why. I've seen bits and pieces of Sacrifice. Could have been better. Could have been worse, you know, but hey, it's TNA. But anyway, I ended off with a 7. This is tough. I dropped my fucking notepad. This is tough. Signing off. Have a lovely day. And